I want to think a little bit more today about the book of Daniel, which I spoke a little bit about last time. And I want to think about these three characters whom we'll all remember from Sunday school, if not anywhere else. Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego. Now, last time I reminded you that these characters were taken away from Jerusalem, taken off into Babylonia, and they were faithful to God. Even though they were probably only teenagers at the time, they remained faithful to God. And God blessed them because of that. Now, when God blesses people, and some people are made to look good because of that, there are frequently those around who get a little bit jealous and want to try and get rid of them. Do you remember that was the main cause that Jesus was arrested? And with Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, there were a group of people who wanted to get rid of them, so they hatched a plan. They told King Nebuchadnezzar he should build an enormous statue of himself, and that when anybody walking past it, when they heard music playing, they should bow down and worship the statue. Now, Nebuchadnezzar, who was a little bit headstrong, if nothing else, thought that was a pretty good idea. Oh yes, yeah, I quite like that. People worshipping me when music sounds. I'd also quite like a great big gold statue of me right in the middle of the city. So that's what he did. And the opposers said to him, look, you need to have a penalty for people in case people don't do this. Here's the penalty. Anybody that doesn't do it, you've got to throw them into the furnace, burn them, and weigh to nothing. Now that's a pretty horrible penalty, and pretty serious. But King Nebuchadnezzar quite liked the idea of that as well. And so he made the law. Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego were faithful to God though. And they refused to bow down to the great statue. And the guys who'd hatched the plan knew that would happen anyway. That was part of their plan. They weren't going to bow down. And so they could arrest these three, they'd be thrown in the furnace and they would be no more. And they'd get rid of them. And so far, the plan was going well. See, so far, everything is against God. And, you know, all the main protagonists just seem to get off scot-free, doing things that are so contrary to what God would say is right. Until Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego are brought before Nebuchadnezzar. And we have this exchange where they say to Nebuchadnezzar, we're not going to bow down. And Nebuchadnezzar gets really furious and says, heat the furnace 7 times hotter. And we're told in the text that it was so hot, the furnace, that if anybody went near it, they would die. Now that's pretty hot, isn't it? Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego still refused to apologize because they were faithful to the one true God. And it's what they said to King Nebuchadnezzar that I've been getting to so far. You probably know all the story I've just mentioned. But here's the key bit. Here's what they said to King Nebuchadnezzar. Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. And he will deliver us out of your hand, O King. That's faith, isn't it? Wow, that is faith in God. Our God is able to deliver us, and we don't have any fear of you, Nebuchadnezzar. But it's what they then went on to say that is most striking. They said this. But if not, be it known to you, O King, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. See, they had absolute confidence that God could deliver them, but they also knew that God may not deliver them. Did that mean that God had failed? Well, no. Even if God doesn't deliver us, we'll never worship you. Because our God is greater and stronger, regardless of what it may look like on the ground. I think that is incredible faith, and it's faith that is an example for us today. It often looks like God has been defeated in our country. It often looks like we're wasting our time living for God. We're wasting our time trying to follow Jesus. But we need faith like Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego. Whether God is triumphing all over the place in great ways, or whether he isn't, he's still God. Even if the world is ravaged by a pandemic, he's still God. God can deliver us, but if he doesn't, he's still God. That is faith.